Hi Sagittarius, thank you for joining my channel. This is the Tarot Writer, the Tarot Writer, and I'm going to do your reading for the month of August. So starting out every new month, you get a quote of the month. For this month, you are, "The road home is not always the way you came," by Jennifer A. Howard. It's from a short story called How to End Up. So the road home is not always the way you came. So going back to ourselves, to whatever we call home, is not necessarily all the roads we took to get where we are. We're going to have to think of a different route and go a different way on our journey back home. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what we have for you for the month of August. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you do enjoy my videos, which I hope you do. Thank you again for joining. Okay, let's see what we have for you, Sagittarius. And here you are. Okay. So let's see where you're going on that horse. Let's see what kind of journey you're on, what kind of mission you're on. You look like you're on a mission. Mission impossible. It looks like on a journey toward home. Okay. Higher alignment. You're working towards something. There's a goal. There, you have a goal in mind. There is something that is really on fire within you. There's something that you want to make happen, and they all fell. Let me put these back. And Five of Cups, key. Well, I feel like at this point, you have nothing that's stopping you. I just fear that you're not taking your time and looking at what you need to focus on. That maybe you're avoiding something that's over here, this Five of Cups, the spilling of these three cups is some kind of disappointment. And maybe instead of facing what that is, you're kind of running away from it. There is something that you want. There is this growth, you want to work towards something, but I feel like you can't actually progress in whatever direction this is, whether this is your inner alignment, your inner dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, without fully recognizing and grieving over these Three of Cups. You know, some Sagittarians I know really don't like to show their emotions of, you know, quote unquote weakness when something is disappointing. So I feel like in order for you to progress in the right direction to, as the quote says, you know, the road home is not always the way you came, you're going the wrong direction. You know, you're kind of going back to something when you really need to face something else here. You need to really look at something else for progress. Okay, maybe it takes just visualizing what that thing is with the Two of Wands here. Maybe there's a choice that you have to make. Let's see what else we have here for you, Sagittarius. You know, before we let something go, you have to face it. You have to confront the sadness, the disappointments, whatever that is, in order to move forward. All right, let's take them. Oh, and the Two of Wands came out again. So maybe you're really making a pretty heavy decision about something. You're trying to balance something out, visualize something. And here's that road, right? Here's this avenue that you're trying to visualize it because you have the card of manifestation. There is something here that you absolutely want. But let's see what falls under the Five of Cups. We're also going to clarify, but I feel that even though you feel like you're on fire and you just want to go and you're manifesting, you want all this to happen, There's something in your past. There's something behind you that will always follow you if you don't confront it. And here is the Moon card. So this is a card of Cancer, Pisces. And you're not revealing it to yourself. It's just like this subconscious thing that is still affecting you greatly. And it's like you're not letting it come up. It needs to come up before you can move forward. And it's like this inner conflict. It's this, possibly at the core of you, there's just like this tension of defeat. And I think you need to turn around and go back in a way. Let's see what else we have here. Page of Swords. So possibly this is communication, talking about what this thing is, seeing it in a new perspective. It's nothing to run away from. It's nothing to fear. I know Sagittarians tend to be very strong, fiery individuals. And you might think, here's my way out. I'm just going to escape. But I think it's about communicating your ideas, opening up what it is you need to say to maybe this person or about the situation. Let's see what else there is. Okay, Two of Cups. So this could be about a friendship even. Doesn't have to be love related. Maybe it is. But something needs to be talked about. Possibly with a Cancer or a Pisces or a Scorpio. Doesn't need to be. Could be with an Aries. But communicating how you feel. And being able to grow from that place of where you meet somebody halfway and you communicate how you feel. Because I feel like in a sense you're acting like nothing's wrong, like you're okay, you're just going about your own way, you're on your journey, you're heading down the road. But I still feel like there is a massive amount of emotion buried, submerged in your unconscious or subconscious. And I think the only way for you to really rise up and start manifesting and progressing in the way that you need is really to face it and talk about your emotions, which might not be always the best, not the best, but the easiest for you because you're so fiery. And again, not again, but we have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups. So it's like, it's really quite burdensome to you, I believe, that having this conversation, taking that cup of emotional, coming together, it really is stressing you out. It's like you just want to run away, not talk about it, shut the door. I think you can still end up with this person if there's communication. But if you rejoin with this person or whatever the situation is, if you somehow find your way up and out of it, it's going to be in another way you didn't imagine. You're going one way, but you need to come back and handle it a different way. Let's see what this Knight of Wands is all about. Why is this Knight of Wands here? Why is the Knight of Wands here? Okay, so something has ended. And I think you kind of just like pieced out and you're running away. There's something, you're running away from the pain. You're running away from just everything this caused you, all that darkness, pain, betrayal, whatever that stands for you. And, you know, it's one thing just to walk away and say, I'm not going to deal with this because I'm over it or something. But it's another thing if you're running from it. Why is this Eight of Pentacles here? Why is this Eight of Pentacles here? Hanged Man, so Piscean energy, but also I think it's just, you know, I normally don't see this card as like being stuck, but I do feel like you're being kind of hung up, like there's nowhere to go at this point. You know, you're thinking, you're trying to figure things out, but you're kind of just stuck, you know, stuck in this place of progress. You know, it's like you need to just stop for a second and think about where you're going and what you're doing. Because I think if you stop and hold on, I know you're fired up and you're ready to go and run out of there, but I think you will have some kind of enlightenment. What is this Five of Cups all about? And here is the Two of Cups, by the way, right down here. That's over here. So I think, yeah, if you just slow down, there's something, and communicate actually how you feel. You won't find that you'll need to rush around so much and run out the door or whatever that means, like kind of run away. Oh, okay, so yeah, Eight of Swords. So there is like this entrapment. You feel like trapped, that maybe you can't speak or this person isn't seeing you eye to eye. We have the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Moon card. So it's like these energies of, you can't look, these people, you can't see their faces. Your eyes are closed. The Moon card is all about mystery and not seeing something for what it is. I really feel like you're running from something that you don't want to see. You're avoiding something. Maybe it scares you. Maybe you don't want to know the truth to something. And I think you will progress once you have this enlightenment about whatever it could possibly be that you want to build, you want to move forward, you want to like create. And because it's right here, this is a card of creation, but it's like stunted. There's like a stop. And then some more Piscean energy. So something's going to be revealed. Something is definitely going to be revealed at some point. But I think it's when you slow down. Why do we have the Two of Wands here? What is this about? This visualization, maybe a choice between partnership, just building. As I say, building, I was just thinking as I was shuffling that I think what you need to do is stop and visualize what you want with this situation. Where do you want it to go? How do you want to build? Remember, like the quote said, the road home is not always the way you came. And I think you're trying to figure out how to rebuild this. You're like paving this new road back home. You have something up your sleeve. There is some kind of creation that you want to, you know, make for happiness, because there's something in the past that's really has you charging the other direction. Why do we have the Magician here? What are you manifesting? What are you creating? What do you want? What is this Magician? Choice again. Let's get another card on that. Are you scared of your own choices? Are you blocking something out purposely because you're afraid of that growth? Why else do we have the Magician here? Are you afraid of the progress? What is this Magician? Let's see. King of Pentacles. So there's a lot of abundance. There's And there's the priestess, high priestess at the bottom again. So I think when you unblock yourself, you're going to see that there's so much abundance for you. There's so much you want to create. There's so much out there. And maybe that's almost the fear of confronting whatever this is back here, because you know once this door is shut, or you have the conversation and you finally let something go, that it's a new open road for you. And maybe that's scary. Whatever that means. I know it sounds so vague in a way, but it's like we are blocking out a person. Let's see what this moon card is here. Why is this moon card here? Why is the moon here? Where's the moon here? Queen of Cups. So once again, maybe dealing with a Cancer energy. Pisces, there's water, there's emotion. Something needs to be like nurtured. Something needs to be nurtured, tended to, cared for. There's something in your past that hasn't been fully dealt with. Let's see what this Page of Swords is all about. Okay. Yeah, and I think this communication is going to like create or cause quite an upset. It's like you're breaking the ice having this conversation. But once you do, I mean, there's the Two of Cups. So you might, it's likely that you might find yourself back in I don't want to, there's too many cards, back with a person or outside of a situation, finding your way out through channeling your energy through a communication. Like you didn't expect to have so much positivity from the situation because you finally chose to break the ice. So there is your way of coming home again. In that it's just different. You didn't think you would appear there, but it really took, excuse my language, but some balls to get there, is by breaking the ice, having that communication, talking to somebody, telling them how you feel. Where you just kind of wanted to run away earlier. And I think it's there. I think all that abundance and everything you want is there. Two of Cups, or the potential is there. Why do we have the Two of Cups here? This one wanted to come out. Queen of Swords. So this is having learned from your past, seeing clear, and I think that is about what's truly about putting your past behind you with the Queen of Swords. She's the Queen of Sorrow. So I think in order to actually move on in a wise way, to shut the door and see clearly, and to do so in a wise way, instead of in a very kind of haphazard, just jumping on that horse and running away. There's running away, and then there's moving on gracefully through understanding your heart and somebody else's emotional, emotions. Why do we have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Cups here? Why do we have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Cups? And we have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is actually really good. So you have this Three of Wands, and I think you are if you find yourself willing to have these really difficult conversations that's really going to break the ice and cause an upset, you will find that through that upset, what actually emerges, what actually breaks the ice and comes up is love, because there's a lot of care and compassion below that ice that kind of emerges and will release you, allow you to really move on in a healthy way where you can set your sights on the future, not just close your eyes and live forever in overthinking and worry. That there's a real possibility to either create something new or just, move on in a healthy, positive way, not shutting down, not blocking it out. Okay, so not shutting it down or blocking it out, as I have the 9 of Wands there. You are like the wounded warrior. You need to turn back and communicate, nourish whatever is deep inside of you and let it come up. Release it and talk about it. It needs to come up because it's gonna kill you if you keep it down. It's like you need to talk about whatever the situation is. Now, for my Wicked deck, this is going to be a card that will be like an advice card for you, energy card, something like that. Let's see what we have here for Sagittarius. Interesting reading, by the way. Very interesting. You have the moon again, and it's called timing. That's what it says underneath, timing. So let's read what the moon says. Okay. Here, I'll hold it up so you can see it. Moon. When moon appears, it indicates that timing is an important issue to consider. Everything has its moment of greatest potency and expression. What has been hidden from you will soon be revealed, as you will let things flow without obstruction. If seeking fertility, develop a close bond with our mother moon. We have the moon and the mother right there. So this card was like meant for you. And call for her assistance during the full moon phase. You carry hidden treasures and potentials, which can be effectively explored at the moment. Plant seeds for a bright future and plan ahead. Seek the meaning of any dreams that come to you now and spend time developing your own intuitive skills into knowing. So yeah, we're talking about let that which needs to come up, use your intuition, start setting plans. But I think this is the time to talk, to look back, to figure out what it is that's buried and needs to come to fruition. So thank you for joining my reading. Please hit the like button. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe and share and like. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining.